But he is who he is. That's why he says Yahweh. Yah, which means he. Yahweh means exist. So he said, tell him that I exist. He said, Yahweh, like he exists. And Yahweh Shai is like Yahweh Shai is Savior or deliverer. You know what I'm saying? So that's why it says, only one name shall be called.
You need to move up to the main one.
Because if everyone can be saved, why does the scripture say the name is terrible amongst the heathen? Because the Heavenly Father, like the mouth of, like, if you're not Israelite, you can't call upon the name of the Heavenly Father. Because the scripture says the name is terrible and evil. They call upon our power, the Heavenly Father will destroy them. So how can we be saved? It's impossible. Because if I say to a heathen, I ain't gonna say it to them. I've thought about it to say, oh, let me just see what will happen if I say it. You know what I'm saying? See if they get destroyed. But I'm not gonna tempt the Heavenly Father anyway, you know what I'm saying? But that cuts anything about everyone can get saved. You know what I'm saying? Because cool, if they can get saved, I'll tell a man, say Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. If I told the average, you know what I'm saying, Edomite, which would be a Caucasian, or an Ishmaelite, which would be an Arab, or an Elamite, which would be an Indian, East Indian, or a Hamite, which would be an African man, to say Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, they'll get destroyed. But then Yahweh, you're a Indian. So how can everyone be saved? You know what I'm saying? He's not cast away his people. He hasn't cast away his people. That's why we're still here. There's only of the tender mercies of the Heavenly Father. And these people think, well, our people think mainly, because we raised these things, that was the Heavenly Father like letting us go. But it's not, it's a punishment from the Heavenly Father. If you love your child, you're going to smack him. We displease the Heavenly Father just a little, and that's what we've done to us. But the heathen, he don't care about it. So he's waiting for their sin to go to the highest point. They can't really choose, they can't sin because the laws are given to them. So their part of sin is touching the apple of the Heavenly Father's eye, which is his food. You know what I'm saying? So when he comes back, wait, I don't know what's going on with them. They're obviously going into slavery anyway. I don't know when he will be Jewish guys come back. It's getting over. He's not coming back to be hanging out flowers and playing games. He's coming back, he's going to be chopping off heads. He's going to be slaughtered. Remember he says, I come back to bring a sword. What do you do with it? He ain't got any bread. He ain't making apple pie. You know what I'm saying? So, and Lord's not part of their elect, isn't it? The only way women will get saved if the Heavenly Father will give them a man, obviously they're humble enough to learn the law section of commandments and hopefully be one part of one first. That's the only way really a woman will make it through a man. But the Heavenly Father has to be dealing with the man.
I don't believe that.
I know, it's not about believing, but it's in the scripture, so it's like, it's impossible, like, for you to say whatever, it's like, the reason why that is the man carries the seed. When the seed goes up inside you, it's already life. All you do is put exactly on a little man. So, he would beget, let's say, you bear the children, but I beget the children. They came from me. What we do with them? What goes in must come out. What goes up must come out.
What point is the egg?
No, the point is the egg is
that's half of the child.
The egg is fertilized. If I have an apple seed, I plant it in the earth, I still need a piece of earth. So it works together. It's not about it's a geography. It just means that there's an order. Right. But women will go in their feelings and think, oh, I'm the lowest. It's not about that. It's just that there's an order. There's a natural order in the world. The man is evil and single. And me as a gardener, the seed that I have is an apple. It's not matured. I just need a way of maturing. So I put it in the fertilizer, and then how many months or whatever later, I get an apple tree. It was an apple tree before, it just wasn't fertilized. I just needed some way as a catalyst. You see what I'm saying? It's still mature. It's not anything like Georgia to feel because it's just all that. It's not.
We bring life. Like in the soil and then just grow. It goes the egg.
He's saying the soil.
No, the soil is the woman. Because you can't just put it in the egg and then take it out back. It won't be good. So the soil is not
which means what? Like diamonds and copper. What's more precious, diamond or copper? Because there's less diamonds than there is copper. You see what I'm saying? So that saying, there's plenty more fish in the sea. That applies to a man. It doesn't apply to me. You see what I'm saying? But because women have been put on such a high pedestal, when they're brought back to earth and shown what's you know what I'm saying? It's actual they feel it's offensive, but it's not. That's how things
What's this offensive?
it's all fucked up. You see what I'm saying?
All right.
Right, the Hebrew Israelites who come out week in, week out, prophesy the downfall of this wicked society. Okay? The EU and NATO and America. And anyone who's got their brain on them can see that we're basically in World War III now, because every war starts financially. And to tell you Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans that you are the children of the Most High, and if you don't come back to your power in the time granted to you, which is this grace period, alright, you're going to get put to death for the rest of these heathens out here. Alright? But we're going to open up now. Kahala Yahweh Basham Yahushai, Mashinaba Kwad Zakwanyam, Shalawam Wakanan, Lahaba Ka'aya, Wa Akyam. It's all praise to the Most High Yahweh through Son Yahushai. Double honors to the elders that continue to labor in true sincerity, and Shalawam to the elect and the Akyam on the four corners of the globe doing the same works as us as well. Get me Ecclesiastes 12:1. And then get me, where is it? Esdras chapter 15. Alright? Going straight into it. Oh. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth. Right. That's the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay? The Bible says in what? Hebrews 5:12, in the time you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teacher again. But when you come up here and you learn from us, you're in your youth because this is fresh in your mind. Okay? Go on. While the evil days come not. Right, while the evil days come not. Okay? Your banks haven't crashed yet. The Rothschilds haven't crashed your stock market yet. So you're still able to walk up and down like the peons that you are. Okay? Go on. Nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say I have no pleasure in them. Right, when you shall say you have no pleasure in them. Because soon that's going to be the case. Right? When it came to taking the Oyster card, you didn't have a choice to continue using cash. They said to you, look, this is the date that we're going to stop using the Oyster card. You better get yourself an Oyster card. It was that simple. Right? Well, the same with a microchip. They're going to put hell on you to take that, which is the mark of the beast according to the Bible. Right? If you want to eat and you want to feed your family and you want to drive, you still have the luxuries and little necessities that you have, you're going to have to take that microchip in the time that it comes. Okay? Go on. Or the sun nor the light, or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds will turn after the rain. Right, nor the clouds will turn after the rain, because it's going to be a very hard time in those days. Alright? That's why it says the sky is going to be darkened. Go on. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. Right, and the keepers of the house are those that run the stock markets. Okay? Your banks and your bankers. Alright, there's a lot of bankers that are committing suicide because they know what's going to happen. Okay? Go on. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. Right, the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. And the grinders is the workers. Okay? Even to this day, employment rates are very high. But there's going to become a time where there isn't going to be any work. Okay? It's going to be peak times out here. Go on. And those that look out of the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low. Right, the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, which means a lot of these shops are going to close. Okay? There's not going to be shops out here anymore. There's not going to be anyone to uphold this little society that you've got. It's only your ignorance that keeps this place going. Okay? Go on. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Right. Because there's more musicians and there's more music than people that are actually listening to it. Okay? It's just there to keep you blind now. Go on. Also, where they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fear shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden. Right, the grasshopper shall be a burden, because you're going to try and keep the little food that you have. Alright? That's what grasshoppers do, they eat your crops. But you're going to be fighting over food in that day. Go on. And desire shall fail. Right, desire shall fail. Okay? Because your main desire will be trying to find your next meal. Go on. Because man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. Right, man goeth to his long home, and the mourners go about the streets. Because a lot of you are going to be kicked out of your houses as well. Okay? Go on. Does it continue? Let me see. What are you up to? Verse 6. Let's go on to something else. Give me the second Ezra, so 15. Alright? We need to touch on that. Listen. Go on. This is second Ezra. This is second Ezra chapter 15 verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy. Right, and the Most High's people, you Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans. We're not out here for anyone else. Okay, go on. Which I'll put in my mouth, saith the Lord. Right, which the Most High shall put in our mouth. Okay? Because we are just vessels. Like when you Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans, you Israelites, were provoking Moses in the wilderness, he said, why do you tempt the Lord? Okay? Because it's not our own words that we're coming out with. Go on. And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Right, cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. That's how the Bible got here. Okay? So it's not man that wrote the Bible. The Most High put the Spirit on a man to put down the words that he said. Okay? Go on. Fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. Right, and incredulity is unbelief. That's to us and the brothers around the four corners of the world doing the same works as us. Let not the incredulity of the people around us trouble us. Okay, go on. That speak against thee, for all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. Right, because all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And that goes out to you Negroes, Hispanics and Native Americans that care to walk around like these heathens. Okay? With not a care in the world. Go on. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world. The sword, famine, death and destruction. Right. That's what the plagues are. The plagues are sword, famine, death and destruction. The four horsemen the Bible speaks of. Okay? Go on. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Right, and it says in what? Job 9:24, the earth has been given into the hand of the wicked, which is these Caucasians today. Right? Since Alexander came through, alright, and he gave his generals power, that's where wickedness exceedingly exalted itself. Unto this day. Go on. And their hurtful works are fulfilled. Right, the hurtful works are fulfilled because the sins of the Gentiles have come to their peak now. Right? It's time for an end of their society. Go on. Therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. Right, the Most High said he's not going to hold his tongue anymore. Get me, where is it? Psalms 50 and 16. Okay? The Most High is not holding his tongue anymore concerning their wickedness. The Bible says that the Most High is long suffering and he will not let the wicked escape with his spoils. You got that one for me? Go on. This is Psalms chapter 50 verse 16. But unto the wicked, God said, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Right, that's like that Amalekite that came up at the start trying to quote scriptures. What the hell is he to do to quote scriptures to us? The Bible's not even given to him. In fact, it condemns them. Right? So it's not possible for the Bible to be a white man's book. Go on. Or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction. Right, seeing as thou hated instruction all the way back to his forefather Cain. Alright? He hated instruction. The Most High said, what is it? If he doesn't listen, then sin lieth at the door. You understand? Go on. Seeing thou hatest instruction, and casteth my words behind thee. When thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him. Right. When they saw it's a thief, they consented with it, which is the Hamitic Africans. Right? When the heathen nations were coming against the Israelites, the Edomites, which is supposed to be the brothers of the Israelites, the paternal brothers, They were the ones saying, raise it, even to the ground thereof. So they broke that brotherly covenant. Alright, go on. And has been partakers with adulterers. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Right, they give their mouth to evil, and their tongue frameth deceit. Alright? Saying that those fake Jews over there in the land of the chosen people. When the Bible says that the chosen people shall have their heritage taken from them, alright, and put bywords on them. Alright? Puerto Rican means rich, poor in Spanish. Black means lost and dirty. Okay? These are called bywords. You're not Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, Ghanaians, you understand, West Africans. Because first of all, the name Africa comes from a Caucasian general called Leo Styphrus Africanus. Alright? Go on. Now, sitters and speakers against thy brother. Right, they sitters and speakers against thy brother. And who's supposed to be your brother? The so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans. The Edomites are the paternal brothers of the Israelites. But the Most High put enmity between the two seats. Go on. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Right, the Most High kept silence. Because it was time where the nation of Israel was being punished. Okay? That's how these Edomites thought that was it. That was their manifest destiny. Okay? That's how it is. Psalms 49:11. Their inward thoughts is that their houses shall stand forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They name the lands after their own name. Right? Like the land of America was named after an Italian, Amerigo Vespucci. Africa was named after a Caucasian man, Leo Styphrus Africanus. And the land of Asia was named after his brother, Leo Styphrus Asiaticus. Alright? So the Bible's on point. Go on. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself. Right, because the Most High is long suffering, so he allowed that to happen. Okay? They didn't just wake up one day and go, oh, let's put these people in slavery. They knew who they were putting in slavery. Okay? They know exactly who they were putting in slavery. In fact, read that part again. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself. Right, and that's why a lot of our people think that God is Caucasian. And that their Messiah is Caucasian. Okay? Because they think, oh, how can God allow this to happen? Baruch 4:6 says, you are sold to the nations, not for your destruction, but because you moved your God to wrath. You understand? By following the gods of the heathen nations. That's why he put you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans in slavery. Alright? What the Caucasian man did, he went further than all your other captivities, and he took your heritage away from you. You understand? And the Bible, the Most High said to him that whoever touches us, touches the apple of his eye. That's why these Caucasians in, what is it, Obadiah, it's the Most High said that there shall be none remaining at the house of Esau. For the Lord has said it. AKA, that's extermination in the Bible. Do you understand? It's no joke. Go on. I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. Right. The Bible says they thought the Most High was altogether such as themselves. They thought the Most High was with them. But the Most High said he's going to reprove them. Get me that one, what is it, in there it says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the one that cometh after. These people always talking about the world's going to end. You got them up?
Well, what is this about? What's this?
Well, what's your nationality, first of all? Your what?
Kurdish.
Kurd. From where? Turkey. So what? You could be a Caucasian, they say. Caucasian. From the Caucasus Mountains. One sec. Basically, if you're Caucasian, you're an Edomite. You understand? And the Most High does not like Edomites. In fact, it says, the Bible says that he hates Edomites. You see what I'm saying? So, basically, yeah, we'll eventually get there. But yeah, basically, if you're not Israelite, you're going into slavery to when who the world called Jesus Christ comes back down. Okay? Because they put their hand on the Most High's people. They took their heritage away. You see what I'm saying? We don't make these laws. But it's straightforward. We're not out here to business. Give me, what is it? Romans 15 and 18. You got that one? Go on. This is Romans chapter 15 verse 18. For I will not dare to speak of any of those things which Christ have not wrought by me, to make the Gentiles obedient by word and deed. Right, which means we're not going to sugarcoat this doctrine. Alright? Because people don't know that the Most High said that he hates. Give me that in, what is it, Malachi. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. And I've left this place for a desolation and a wilderness. Okay? That's parts of the Bible that the Christian churches don't go into. You understand?
Where I'm from, like, obviously my land was split in, do you understand that?
Right.
Basically, Kurdistan was split into Turkey, Iraq, and Iran, do you understand? It was split up.
That's right.
Yeah. So, like, obviously my country's got not there anymore, innit?
Right.
Yeah, but I'm from Turkey, like, that's what I was from. But I'm Kurdish. You understand? Like, you know when people say it's the same thing, but it's not. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm like,
Do you believe in the Bible?
I personally believe there's an Almighty, but I don't believe in religion.
This isn't a religion. Right. This is law, statutes, commandments. See, Christianity is a religion, Islam is a religion. You can convert to being a Christian, you can convert to being a Muslim. You can't convert to being an Israelite. Can you convert to being a black person? No, so you can't convert to being an Israelite. You see what I'm saying? This is our nationality, our heritage. We were given law, statutes, and commandments. We weren't given religion. But the heathen nations, they have their religions. So when they saw the Israelites, they were asking them, well, what's their religion? Well, we don't have a religion. We have law, statutes, commandments, and we have a connection with the living power. Our God gave the heathen nations their gods. Get me that Deuteronomy 32 and 8, yeah? Yeah, slap it. He said it was another thing. Yeah, grab it down. One and four. There. This is Malachi chapter 1 verse 2. I'll start from 1. The burden, or start from 2. Of the word of the Lord to Israel by Malachi. Start at 2, man. I've loved you, saith the Lord. Come on. I have loved you, saith the Lord. Yet you say, wherein hast thou loved us? Right. That's the Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because we're in captivity right now. Because in the churches they're taught that God is love, love, love. But what is love? If your kids do something wicked, you smack them, right? But why is that? You love them, so you chastise them. And so the Bible says, whom the Most High loveth, he chastises. But in the churches, they're only taught that the Most High is love. You see what I'm saying? If you weren't strict with your kids, they wouldn't respect you. But the churches teach our people that since the Most High is all love, you can do all kinds of wickedness on your deathbed. And then, you see what I'm saying? When you get to your deathbed, oh, just say Jesus is Lord, and then you get taken up to heaven. You see what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. That's why our people go to church. Listen, on my way here.
Even with Islam, like you do so much bad, and then you just like fast, and then you're the bed like.
Right. Well, Islam comes from Christianity. You see what I'm saying? As much as they try and hate and try and refute that.
That's why I don't believe religion myself.
I know, but that's the origin of Islam. Islam came from Christianity. You see what I'm saying? And in fact, Muhammad himself, he sat at the feet of the Israelites and cherry-picked our laws. And then had the audacity to ask us to follow him. How stupid is that? You see what I'm saying? That's ridiculous. That's like you teaching your son, and then your son telling you to follow him. That's backwards as hell, isn't it? You see what I'm saying? Go on.
Anyways, bro, I'm a dickhead.
Wherein hast thou loved us? Was not Esau Jacob's brother? Right, Slakia. Was not Esau Jacob's brother? And Esau is Edom, right? And Edom comes from the Hebrew word Adawam, which means red, because there's no melanin in their skin. All right. When on street, when someone puts a mark on someone's head, what does that mean? That means that they're what is it? When someone puts a bounty on someone's head, if I put money on someone's head, that means they're marked. A mark isn't just to take away something. You understand? You put something on someone to mark them. So to find out who the seed of the serpent is, you find out the people that don't have melanin in their skin. They're the only people on the planet that don't have melanin in their skin. You see what I'm saying? But this information's been hidden from you, but the Bible gets slack here. Give me Isaiah 20 and 30. But the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction. Thy teachers shall not be hid into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers. You got that one? And 30 and 20. Why are you in 21? Have you got it? Alright, 30 and 20 then. Alright. 30 and 20. This is Isaiah chapter 30 verse 20. And now the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction. Right, because our people are in captivity right now. Hold that and get me out of here. Baruch chapter 4 verse, go to Baruch. Suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you. You know that one? It's in Baruch 4. Right, let me see. Yeah, read that one real quick. Quick precept, Baruch chapter 4 verse 25. My children, suffer patiently the wrath that has come upon you from the Most High. Right, now read that again quickly, don't lose that one. Isaiah chapter 30 verse 20. And though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction. Right, so we've got to suffer patiently the wrath that's come upon us from our God, because we turned and followed the heathen nations' gods. Allah and Jesus and Vishnu and whatever. You see what I'm saying? The gods of the heathen nations. Go on. Yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore. Right, thy teachers shall not be removed into a corner anymore, which means what? Those that are teaching in the imams, in the masjids and in the churches are not the true teachers. Because they've been in their face teaching that same rubbish since we went into slavery in 1819. The first slave ship was called the good ship Jesus. You see what I'm saying? Go on. But thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thine ears shall hear a word behind thee saying. Right, but now your eyes shall see your teachers, and you shall hear a word behind you saying what? This is the way, walk ye in it. Right, this is the way, walk ye in it. The churches aren't telling you that. Your church is telling you God is love, for God so loved the world. Let's stand for hymn number 372. You see what I'm saying? Laughing and joking. Get me Ezekiel chapter 10 verse 14 please. Or is it Jeremiah 10 and 14? Them that follow after him shall receive the same punishment. I think it's Ezekiel. 10 and 14 or 14 and 10? Get it, yeah? 14 and 10. This is Ezekiel chapter 14 verse 10. And they shall bear the punishment of their iniquity. The punishment of the prophet shall even be as the punishment of him that seeketh unto him. Right, and that goes to the churches. The punishment of the prophet, which is their leaders and their pastors and their preachers, shall be the same as those that follow after him. Because what did who the world called Jesus Christ say? Let the blind lead the blind. You see what I'm saying? Because they shall both fall into the ditch. You understand? Go on, let's go back to, don't want to go off topic. Go on. And thine ears shall hear a word behind thee saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when you turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left. Right, when you turn to the right hand and when you turn to the left. Because we've got us out here, and we're other places as well, and you've got brothers and other around the four corners of the earth doing the same thing. Alright, so when you turn to the left, you turn to the right, that's what you're hearing us. Alright? Let me, what is it? In fact, let's go back, finish that topic first. Go back to the Psalms 50 and 16 where we were. And then we'll go to Proverbs 120 afterwards. This is Psalms chapter 50 verse 16. But unto the wicked the Most High saith. Psalms chapter 50 verse 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself. Right, and that's why mainly the Northern Kingdom, which is the Hispanics, and Native Americans, and the Latinos, they think that Jesus and Mary is Caucasian. Right? Go on.
For I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
Right, so the Most High is going to reprove these heathen nations that put their hand on the Israelites. These heathen nations are going to get reproved, starting with the nation of Edom, which is these Caucasians. Go on.
Now consider this, that you forget the Most High, lest I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. Whoso offereth praise glorifieth me, and to him that ordereth his conversation aright will I show the salvation of the Most High.
Right, and Abinah Ratazah, that's unto us. He's going to show his salvation unto us. Okay? Let's go back to, where is it? The Edges one. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the one that followeth after, yeah? Edges. Go on, start at the bottom there, yeah?
So 2nd Ezra chapter 6 verse 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the part and asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow it?
Right, when shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that follow it? Right? Because all these people say, oh, the world's going to end, the world's going to end. No, the world isn't going to end, because the Bible says that the world abideth forever. One generation cometh and another generation passeth away, but the earth abideth forever. So when the Bible's talking about the world, when these people talk about the world going to end, it's their world that's going to end. This is their society. Their society is coming to an end. Alright? And it's funny because their own elites are doing it. Okay? they were created to, what is it? To be the waster and to be the wicked, and they're destroying themselves. Alright? Go on.
And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, I'm not putting it right, let's put it low so I can see the writing. From Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born, of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau.
Right, you know about the story of Jacob and Esau? Let's go into that. Jacob and Esau. Right? Which is the seed of the nation of Israel, and the seed of the wicked, which are these Edomites today, which are aka Caucasians. Alright? What else? Genesis 25. Go on.
This is Genesis chapter 25 verse 19. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begot Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to be his wife, the daughter of Bethuel the Syrian of Padanaram, the sister to the Ban the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife because she was barren. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah his wife conceived.
I'm just not getting deep enough for the books wise.
I hear that. The channel's called, YouTube channel is called YNS Romans 835. You can just type in YNS Romans and it will come up.
I'm just going to massage store for a massage and I'll come back for a pen and paper.
That's cool, that's cool.